Hello, my name is Spencer Barber, and this is a rundown of my code really quickly. So to kick off, we have a list of variables here. Game start equals true, var rows equals 15. That's 15 by 15 rows. The starting length of Winston, which is 3, if you restart it, there it is. Speed is 7. I think it's a pretty good number because before I had it really slow, and it was making Winston move way too slow, way too easy. So we have variable scene equals 0, because it's starting scene is 0. My key press, which is the variable that has all the key bindings in it. When you click the arrow keys at the bottom of the keyboard, we have the lose function, which makes the losing splash screen pop up at the end of the screen. The worm function, which is basically all the variable containing all of the function definitions of the moving Winston worm. We have the food, which is the little Winston face that randomly pops up every time you click the restart button, and also every time you eat one, it'll make a new one. So here we have my wall variable, which creates all of the columns and rows. I have these two variables here, make Winston constantly appear. And then, yeah, this is the random gen variable, which makes it so the little Winston face will appear randomly on the screen every time you hit it or restart the program. This is my key bindings I have set here that make the arrow keys go left, right, up, and down. Here are more, this is more in-depth coding into making all of my columns even so that all the Winston faces fit perfectly inside of them. And then, yeah, so this is my initial background that I set, that code that I had set, making it blue. And more coding for my vertical and horizontal lines, making the grid. This is the start for the con button class code we have here, which makes it, there's one button on the ending splash screen where you click at the top right corner and it makes Winston appear. Surprise, surprise. This is the function variable I have set here called draw loose screen, which is when you hit yourself, it automatically casts it stops the game, automatically casts a splash screen, which you will see when you lose, and it shows you your score. And yeah, that's about it. Here we have the variable function for the food, which is the little Winston faces that are set randomly on the screen. Here are the positions set for the columns and rows. Again, and here we have more draw functions for the columns and rows, but it also makes it so the Winston faces can appear on top of them. Oh yeah, the this.activate basically is the little Winston face that teleports around the screen. Here's the variable for my worm function, one of the most important ones, and it contains all of these variables. It goes down for a while, but it contains the score, my bad. I have the row worm, which makes it go left and right, my worm body, which can control the size. Body image, I believe makes it go up and down. Future direction is important because every time you hit a key, it'll switch the direction that the Winston worm is moving in and keep it going in that direction. This was pretty hard to get to work too. I have dot push functions, which basically make it so it appears that Winston's actually being moved across the screen, but instead it's taking the back Winston face off, and it's pasting a new one in front, and so it's making the illusion that he's actually moving. This makes it so the worm starts moving in the right direction at the top left corner. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, where it sets a direction, it makes it continuously going in that direction. These are my bounds. It makes it so that the worm will get to one side of the screen and continue going on the other side. Basically a wrap. This makes it so that the Winston faces can proportionally fit into the squares. These are more key bindings. I have more code set for the key bindings. Here's my food function. So basically when you eat the food, your score will go up and the size of the Winston worm will increase. Yup. And it also makes it so that the little Winston foods can fit into the gridded section. Um, yeah, so this is what I was saying here that the score will increase every time you eat the another Winston, and it'll also add to the tail. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, this is also the draw function for the Winston we have going, and right here, I actually made the leading Winston face a little bit bigger than the rest, so that you can tell which one you're actually controlling your main one, and that's this 1.5 here. And yeah, these are all the other ones. Um, yeah, here's the score as a function. This is where you set the variables, set the initiation for the worm and food variables, and the lose obviously has to be false, or else the game will end and play the ending splash screen. Um, this is the main draw equals function code that I have in place, which basically initiates the grid, initiates the food Winston's randomly around the screen, and the worm draw function, which makes them constantly go left and right. And if the lose pops up, then obviously it'll display the ending splash screen, which is right here. And the no loop is very important because on the splash screen, when the loop wasn't there, when the loop was there, it would still be putting little Winston worms going across the screen, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted to stop. So, all right, that's a rundown of my code. Thank you for watching.